Alright, so let me remove all of this and let's bring the 5th house areas into the center. And let's first talk about love affairs or love life. So we talked earlier that the 5th house lord, 5th lord sun in Taurus actually gives a sensual disposition. The person loves to enjoy life. They love to enjoy the physical things in life, and they do easily fall or get attracted towards the opposite sex also. But many times it's been commonly observed that every time they like a person, their love affair causes some problem in the family. Initially the family does not approve of their choices, and that is because Sun is a natural malefic. It is a malefic and it is placed in 2nd house of family, and Sun physically is 5th lord, which represents the person you like or you love. So every time a new person comes in your life, basically, which means Sun comes in your life, this position gets activated, and Sun as being malefic causes some friction or the other. Though it's lord of 5th, so the friction will not be too much. They will not kind of throw you away from home. But it always, it has been observed very commonly that the friction happens, and it needs some persuasion for the love to culminate into marriage. The reason being, 7th is the house of marriage, and from this position Sun is in the 8th house. What I mean by this is, if you consider this as the starting point of marriage house, this is position number 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So Sun is 8th from the house of marriage, and 8th, 6, 8 and 12, these angles are not very conducive. They usually cause some or the other trouble. Now it doesn't mean that the person they love, they never marry. It's not what I'm telling you. I'm just saying that it needs some doing, it needs some effort to persuade the family to accept the person you want to get married to. And I've seen horoscope where people have with Sun in the 2nd in Taurus, and they have successful love life as well as married life, but obviously some persuasion, some efforts from both the sides are needed to convince the family members. So that's about the love life. So let me remove this now again, and let's say move to creativity and Purva Punya. So 5th lord again, Sun in the 2nd in Taurus, is actually, it shows the person has a natural tendency towards the physical life. Now what it means is, 5th is creativity, also education, but in terms of education and learning, they are more interested in practical learnings. They are more interested in probably say learn how to do a business, or how to make a sale, or how to sell something, or how to run a shop, or how to work in the outside world and do business with people, rather than theoretical knowledge. They love practical. They are not the kind of people who would do PhDs or read through theses, or love old scriptures and all those things. They are more practical. They want tangible things in life. They want to see how practically they can apply that knowledge and earn money, and they do well for that. They have a natural knack, they have a natural tendency to do that, because the 5th lord, which is the creativity lord, is in the sign of Taurus in the 2nd house. and they use as we had earlier talked, that they use their family wealth to create and multiply their own money, rather than go after the wealth of their fathers. So it's actually good position. Also, it gives them a lot of taste in food, in art and dance, but they are more interested in something which gives them pleasure. So rather than going to an art gallery, which they probably would also, but they would do, they themselves would do a Bollywood dance kind of thing, rather than go for a classical dance. So I think that's about creativity, Purva Punya, and things which come easily up. So because of this, the Lord of 5th house being in the second, they do get birth in a family where there is traditional wealth, and they use it for their own benefit. So that's the part of Purva Punya and the benefit they acquire from it. Now let's quickly talk about children. From the children's perspective, again, if you see 5th Lord Sun is actually in a good position from the 5th house itself. If you consider 5th house at the starting point, this is number 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5th Lord is in the 10th house from itself. And 10th is a very strong angle. This generally ensures a very good child, a good progeny, and their kids are like them in the sense that they also do well in life on their own effort. They do their own effort. They would come up in life. They would probably not even take any help from their father, not even their family wealth. They would just do everything on their own, and they will do well. This position also generally shows that the first child will be a daughter or a girl child. Okay, so that's about the 5th house and the related areas. Now let's move to the 8th house matter. Now 8th house shows many things. One of them is longevity, and when I say longevity, I mean life force, the energy which keeps you alive. It also shows the status or the condition at the time of your death. What will be the condition, or even people who really know how to look at a horoscope, they can tell you where you will be. You will be sitting on a couch or on a bed, on a floor or whatever, but I won't go into that. So now see, Sun is the Lord of 5th, which is a very auspicious, very, very auspicious planet in that sense. And the light of Sun falls directly onto this 8th house. This basically means that the person would be in a happy position when he dies. The condition at the time of death will be pleasant. It will not be a painful death generally, because of this just one position I'm talking about. And it is in the 2nd house and the Lord of 5th, and the planet is Sun. So it could mean many things. It could mean that when you die, one, obviously you will be satisfied, happy, satisfied that you live a good life. You could be surrounded by your family and the loved ones. You could even be in a place which you like. 5th house are the places you like. And the Sun represents religious places too. So people who who are religious, who believe in God, or whatever their belief system is, they can find, I've seen people who die near a church or near a temple very happy and peacefully because of this placement of sun. Also, the 8th house, as I said, is life force. So when sun brightens this space, these are the people who are always cheerful about life. They seem to have a lot of energy to do things. They generally are the ones who will wake up early. You please notice this. When sun aspects 8th house, these are folks who are morning folks. They would rather wake up early, get up, explore the outside world, be extrovert, enjoy life, and all those nice things. So from the longevity, life force, also from the death point of view, it's a beautiful position. Now let's go to the next area. Other people and others' money. So 7th house is the house of your counterparts in life, which also means your spouse. And the house next to it, the 8th house, is basically other people. It could also be your spouse's family. It also means others' wealth, and how you treat and deal with other people. So one thing, your spouse's family generally are happy with you because the light of sun is falling here. Generally, these people are not after others' wealth. They are not greedy, and that is because sun is 5th lord. 5th lord imparts goodness, imparts a lot of auspiciousness to sun, though it is malefic. But as we have seen, they boast. They are always boasting about their wealth. They are always talking highly about how much they have. And at the same time, they help others with their money. These are not, they are not the people who would hoard money to themselves. They would boast about it. They will talk about it. They would want to feel good about having money. But if for people who are in need, they also help them with their money. And these folks, these other folks who have been helped by them, they always respect them. They gain a lot of respect because of timely help of money. Though they would, they would not be humble in help. They would show you many times that they have helped you, but they will help you. And other people respect this behavior in them a lot. Now, lastly, about hidden areas. 8th is a house which is generally hidden, of things which you don't see in life. And it also means unearned wealth, lotteries, etc. And they do tend to get money from inheritance. They don't want it, okay? They are not greedy about it, but they tend to get money through inheritance. Also, sun is lord of 5th house, 5th house lord, which is creativity. And they have some creative ability many times, which generally remains hidden from the world. And sometimes when it comes out, they sort of surprise people with that ability, which is very unlike them because of their boastful nature. They're always talking about it. But still, somehow, some areas, especially later in the life, they develop some skills which can come out suddenly and surprise many people. It's a very strange position. In some next video, I'll give you some concrete example about this also. So that's about the 8th house areas. We talked about longevity, life forces, other people, etc. As far as fathers and authority, I think we've already covered it earlier. They use their father's connections and wealth. They respect them and create their own. So that's I think that's about it for Sun in the second house in Taurus. If you have any questions, feel free to put in the comments. I will be gladly very glad to respond to them. And if you like the video, please do hit the like button and subscribe button. And until next video, you all have a great life, safe and peaceful life. See you soon. Bye bye.